Welcome to Summer Romance, our weekly nod to romantic movies all summer on TCM. I'm Alicia Malone, and today we have a prototypical screwball comedy that shows how opposites attract on steroids. Directed by Howard Hawks from 1938, it's Bringing Up Baby. Howard Hawks was a director who worked across many genres and made several excellent screwball comedies, including His Girl Friday, 20th Century, and our film Bringing Up Baby. Cary Grant stars as David Huxley, a mild-mannered paleontologist whose life is thrown into chaos when he meets an eccentric heiress, Susan Vance, played by Katharine Hepburn. This plot has all the hallmarks of a screwball comedy: the dizzy dame, the befuddled man, mishaps, misunderstandings, and fast dialogue, with a dog and two leopards thrown in for good measure. The story was conceived by Hagar Wilde, and Howard Hawks brought in Dudley Nichols to work on the screenplay with Wilde. From the start, Bringing Up Baby was intended to be a Katharine Hepburn film, and since Nichols had worked with Hepburn on John Ford's Mary of Scotland, he wrote the character of Susan Vance with her in mind, recalling the playful, verbal sparring she often engaged in with John Ford. Hepburn was top billed in the film, but she had a great partner in Cary Grant. This was the second of 4 movies they made together, and their chemistry was helped by the fact that they were friends in real life. But Grant initially struggled with his character. He didn't understand David Huxley and didn't know how to play him until Howard Hawks told him that the character was inspired by the silent film star Harold Lloyd, who often played an innocent character caught up in crazy circumstances. Like a Harold Lloyd film, there's a lot of physical comedy here. This is not the suave, elegant Cary Grant we usually see in movies on TCM. From 1938, also with Charles Ruggles and Skippy the dog, aka Asta from The Thin Man, enjoy Bringing Up Baby. Famously, Bringing Up Baby was not a hit when it was released in 1938, and it contributed to Katharine Hepburn being labelled box office poison, appearing on a list with other actors who, according to the Independent Theatre Owners Association, kept audiences away from theatres. But the film would go on to be incredibly influential, particularly within the romance genre, and now we can plainly see how hard Hepburn worked to bring a sense of reality to the character of Susan Vance. She even had to share the screen with real leopards, and she apparently showed a natural aptitude for animal training. The role of a kooky heiress is a tough one to pull off, and in Hepburn's hands, Susan is an absolute hurricane, causing chaos and leaving a path of destruction behind her. But Susan is also the one in charge. She's pulling the marionette strings and making David do exactly what she wants him to do, and Hepburn's own intelligence adds another layer to this role. All right, from Katharine Hepburn and Cary Grant to Esther Williams and Howard Keel, up next on TCM, we'll be watching a 1951 musical directed by Charles Walters and also starring Red Skelton.
Next on TCM, Texas Carnival. Then, Annie Gets Your Gun. And later, Oklahoma. We've got a beautiful feeling on TCM today.